All right, so here we go on our adventure. We're just heading down the road here towards the mountain over there, probably getting a big screen full of glare as we head to the south. We'll see how the outfit goes. You can see I have my toque on and my buff and got my mitts, but I don't even have them on. It's a beautiful day. It's about 1.5 degrees below zero, and I'm sure I'll get warm as I'll go up the mountain. Have my boots on and my gaiters. You'll probably hear my phone going off periodically. I have the tracker going on telling me every kilometer. All right, so I'm gonna flip the camera onto my head and we'll go from there. We also have the Luna Cam activated. She hates it. Do apologize, probably getting a lot of glare right now. Looking into the sun. Luna's shaking like crazy. She does like being free. Have her leash inside the bag in case we run into some people. So as I mentioned in the intro, I have not been up the mountain in a couple of years. Actually, I didn't go at all last year. Between the snow and the cold, never made it up. This used to be, as I said, this used to be a weekend routine with myself and the boys when they were younger. Used to pull out the sled, or the toboggan as we call here, and head up the mountain every Sunday. You can see there's somebody parked here. Somebody's either going up the mountain. Lots of people like to ice climb. All right, here we go. We'll see how the trail is. We got a little dusting of snow the other day, but it was really warm last weekend, like ridiculously above normal, like 5, 6, 7 degrees Celsius, which is not usual. Maybe a little bit of climate change at play there. So the trail here basically heads toward the mountain, and then so this is Mount McRae. So this is one of the chain of the Northwestern Mountains. So Mount McKay, which is the biggest one, is just over there, which is quite visible in the city of Thunder Bay. So this is Mount McRae, and we're going to come towards the mountain, and then we're going to run alongside of it till we curve around the side, and then we're going to head up. So let's I almost forgot to do this. Let's check our elevation here. So I don't know if you can see that. It says we're at 220 meters above sea level. And so the reason why we're checking that is when we get up, we'll see the elevation change. There's a considerable elevation change. Luna, come here. Loon. 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 Fix the Luna Cam here. All right, I gotta start stripping off layers here. There goes the neck buff. So normally in the summer, it might be in the summer, might not be bad because it's dry. In the springtime, this is just a bloody disaster. It's all wet and swampy, and then people take their ATVs through here and they keep just churning up the ground. You can see all these holes and stuff in here. So it's not bad in the winter when it's frozen. So originally the trail used to go that way, and they had to redo the trail because this all a big mud hole in here. I have to zip a little bit here. Whew. So I have a couple layers on underneath. I have a pair of multi-pocketed pants here. They're a little thicker, which is good for this type of hike. Not wearing any long underwear because it's warm. If it was cooler, I would be. And I have kind of a wicking shirt and then a cotton layer on top, and then this jacket here. Might as well tuck my gloves in my pocket too, because I don't need those. So you can see how low the sun is on the horizon this time of the year. And you can see we're going to lose the sun here in a second. All right, there she goes. So now we're gonna run right alongside the mountain here. So thankfully the snowmobilers pack this trail. So this is kind of like a little branch of the main trail. And then we're gonna hook into the main trunk that goes up the side of the mountain. So you can imagine me pulling two kids on a toboggan up the side of this mountain. And I used to have quite the little setup. Luna, come here. To allow me to do this. Oh, I think somebody with a snowmobile's coming. Luna, come here. Come here, you silly dog. She keeps, well, that's why. One of the straps came undone. Okay, are we okay here? This one came undone too. All right. Let's go. Whew, starting to fog up already. Glasses. Luna's all excited. Luna, come here. Here you can see we had a massive landslide that came down the side of the mountain. So the trail is right over there. We have to do this little deviation. And if I come over here, you can see it a little bit better. So this whole section just came down. You can see the massive amount of material that came and blocked the trail. So the trail had to be deviated. This was a few years ago, maybe 3 years ago or so, 4, I don't know. I don't remember, but it was recently. You're huffing and puffing already. You're out of shape, dog. It's been It's a little tougher for Luna in the winter. She's getting a little bit older. She's 4.5. She'll be 5 in May. She probably doesn't get as much exercise as she should. I try to walk her. Come here. Yeah, I know, you gotta smell. Try to walk her every day, but probably nowhere near enough. Keep having to adjust this camera here. Come on. She just likes being free, not being on a leash. I'm surprised she's not running ahead. Like I said, she's probably not in tip-top shape. Probably put on a few pounds over the winter, like the rest of us have. This is always a big marker for me here. This tree here. It's got all the woodpecker holes in it. Big tree came down here. Dog's got to stop and pee every 5 seconds. And there she goes. It's a good test for the GoPro too. I don't really use it in the winter, so we'll see how the batteries are holding up. See how narrow it gets sometimes? If we get in the fall time, if we get like wet snow or stuff, and the first, there's the phone. So I use an app called Map My Run when I walk or hike, and then I use Map My, is it Map My Walk or Map My Run? I don't know. There was a bunch of different ones. Probably Map My Run. And then when I bike, I use Map My Ride, which are both Under Armour things, and they sync in with my phone. So there's Map My Ride. And here's the Map My Run app. We've burned 81 calories so far. We've covered 1 kilometer. It'll also tell me my vertical as well. It'll keep track of the elevation. Oh, we're peeking back into the sun here as we round the corner of the mountain. So much easier when you're by yourself and not pulling a toboggan full of kids. I'll see if I can dig up some pictures and show you some pictures. Looney, come here. Okay, go. We might catch some people when we get to the main trunk of the trail. This is not as, his side's not as busy. Come on. So make sure you do check out the Luna video, and I'll post a link to that in the description. So you see what she sees. It is, as you can imagine, very shaky and bumpy. The camera can't even compensate for the amount of moving that she does, especially the side to side. I think I didn't bring my GPS with me, so I have a lot of the trails marked out after many, many years of going up the mountain. And I will show you a map here in a second, and you can basically see how there's a spider web of trails. Some are accessible in the winter because, again, either people are walking them or people are snowmobiling them, but others aren't as accessible. When I was with the kids, I always used to go up this trail. Okay, let's pause for a second here. Let me check my battery and then we'll resume. Okay, here we go. And we're gonna start our ascent here. What's interesting is when the kids were younger, I used to go up that way because the climb isn't as steep, but suddenly somebody has put signs up, no trespassing. I don't know if their property actually extends this far up, because I believe this is Fort William First Nation territory. So maybe they're just posturing a little bit. Somebody cut a trail over there, because this part is really steep here. Probably getting a lot of glare. I'll try to look down. Oh, wish I had my gloves on. Last week it was all, it melted, so it's all ice underneath. Okay. Yeah, we're just gonna keep climbing here. And I'm gonna start huffing and puffing, because I walk all the time, but this is a little different beast here. My legs are burning a little bit too. You know what I didn't bring with me? Anything to drink. So busy thinking about the camera equipment and everything. Didn't bring any hydration. Sometimes you forget in the winter that you need to drink as well. So here's where it used to meet this other branch. And again, I don't know if that's somebody's property or they're just posturing. That happens a lot. So it flattens out here for a little bit, and then we start to climb again. So we're going to be going right up there. So that's called the Lost Mountain Lookout. Right up here, and you're kind of looking to the west, I guess. I don't know, we'll see when we get up there. I haven't been up to Lost Mountain in a while. Gotta zip a little bit more here. Really starting to overheat. You kind of in here, there's a bit of a breeze today, but in the trees and in the valley here, the wind stills. All right, we're starting to climb a little bit more here. The only nice thing about having my GPS is it would tell you all the elevation changes in real time. Let's have a quick poke here. So 270, so we've climbed 50 meters since we started. So that's over 150 feet, maybe 170 feet we've climbed. Luna, come here. Her battery's still good. Okay, there's a split in the trail here. These eventually come back together. We're gonna take the right fork. On the way back, we're gonna take the left fork. So if somebody's put a sign up, Fever Road, which is where we came in, and Coppin Road, which is the other area where it comes off of, that's where most people come onto the trail. So this one's a bit more gradual this side. The other one's steeper. That one I'm talking about. Oh, my hamstrings are a little tight. Maybe I went a little hard today on leg day. Starting to see a little bit of the view here and the elevation. That big ridge there is off of a place called Riverdale Road. So you're already starting to get a good view. Little dip here and then we start to climb again. Phone's beeping away here. So this is another trunk that comes up here, and the Coppin trunk is up there. You can see that this one's not as well used, just some foot traffic. Not a terrible amount of snow. Second kilometer. There's a creek that comes down the mountain. You actually see there's standing water. This is partly from last week when it was so warm. So up here is the trunk that comes down from, or comes up or goes down to Coppin Road. Again, I apologize if you're getting a lot of glare. That's where we're going up there. If you actually see, there's a little bit of a bald spot in the trees there. That's where we're heading up. That's the Lost Mountain Lookout. So we have a lot of climbing to do. Here we go with the climbing again. Luna's got energy. And it's all icy underneath. Let's see if this helps. So yeah, so all the snow underneath is all compacted and was melted. And then, come here, Lynn. Then we got that snow the other day, just a few centimeters, but now you got a coating of snow on top. So there's that other fork, there's that other trail, and we'll take that on the way back. Try to keep my head down here. So I think that's what they call Lost Mountain when they say Lost Mountain Lookout, because you can see that mountain. I don't think it has a name, or maybe it does, I don't know. I'll look at a map. Again, just a gorgeous day. Let's see what they say. This is -4. Feels like -10. I don't know. All right, so we're coming up to a fork here, and we're gonna pause. I'm gonna change the battery in Noah. Wrong child. We have the fur baby. Change the battery in Luna's GoPro, and I'll check the battery in mine. Okay, here we go. So again, there's a fork in the trail. This goes up. Eventually these two come back together again at higher up. We will come back on this other fork. You'll notice the snowmobilers, I'll take that fork. This one is strictly foot traffic, simply because it's too difficult to navigate on a snowmobile. Okay, so we're 310 meters. Let's see where we are at. So 310, we'll see when we have to turn off to go to Lost Mountain. It'll start to get steep here real quick. We're really starting to sweat here. So this trail is tricky because, especially in the springtime when there's runoff, basically there's a creek that runs down here. So literally we're walking pretty much up a creek bed. I think it kind of runs there at times too. So we're kind of in and out of this creek bed. Along the way, you'll see that there's some of these big boulders. I don't know if they roll down or if they're glacial erratics. Boulders that were dropped when the glaciers melted after the last ice age. Come on, Lynn. My glasses are starting to fog off. Oh, and my hamstrings are sore. Try to stretch them out a little bit. You have to take such a short gait when you're climbing like this. Very different from a normal walking strut. This is the part where it gets really steep. As you can tell by my huffing and puffing. Come on. Let's go, come on. Hate when she stops in front of me. This is one of the steep sections here. Now imagine me pulling, see the view? Imagine me pulling 2 kids up on a toboggan. I was a little younger back then. Had a little bit more energy. Whew. So here is the creek bed, the big part of it. So we actually go right through the creek bed here. Come on. There was a big rainstorm about 11 years ago. Really did a big number washing out this part of the creek bed. There is kind of a bit of a trail that runs up right there, but as you can see, nobody's used it. Apparently. Whew. This is the really steep part here. Come on. Whew. Boy. How does this thing keep tilting that one direction? Well, that's why. Blew a strap. There we go. Come here. Let's go. Okay, so a little bit of climbing here, and our next stop is going to be a branch to the left that goes up to Lost Mountain. All right, we're gonna pause here for a second. Okay, change the battery in my camera, and then we'll keep going. Okay, here we go. Fresh battery in the GPS. Oh, sorry, in the GPS, in the camera. What are we looking like here? 380. So we came up 70 meters, and in total we've done 160 meters since we started. Now we're gonna climb some more, because we got to get up that ridge there. Again, you can see how much water is underneath, all the melt that we had last week. It's mild the next few days, but it's supposed to cool down midweek again. Supposed to be like highs in the teens, so -11, -15. We'll see what comes, but we're already starting to hit the end of February, so the end is nigh. With regard to the come on, with regard to winter, a month from now it'll be spring. That doesn't mean anything around here, but at least it'll be on paper. Here's some snowmobiles running. Come on. can see how much melt we had. You see trees sticking out. Here's the view. Looking this way. The dog's having fun. Once we get up the ridge, then it flattens out. This is a bit of a pain. I should put my gloves on here so I can actually put my hands down. Wearing my cycling gloves because it's actually not that cold, and I left my gloves in my truck, and Ethan took the truck to work. Burn. Lots of burn. Whew. Oh. Yeah, come on. A little bit more to go. It's warm with the gloves on. Again, beautiful view. Oh. Oh. The size of this poplar. Come on. Come on then. Again, you can see the view. You'll see it much better when we get to the lookout. And it's hot. I'm like melting. The snow's all melted here from the sun. Oh, for Christ's sake. I forgot how high this was. Again, quite the panorama. Whew. My hamstrings are burning and my quads. Oh, thank Jesus. We're at the top. Oh. I'm really missing that water bottle right now. So there's a snowmobile trail that comes up, but it takes the long way. As I catch my breath here, this hooks back in with that lower down on this trail, and this one hooks up with this snowmobile trail at the top. Again, you can see the panorama here. We still have a little ways to go here. All right, how are we doing here? 430. So we just came up another 50 meters and we've done 210 since we started. So that's like almost 650 feet. All right, so again, I mean, it's exhausting and I'm gassed, but hey, I'll wait till we get to the lookout. Where are you, Lynn? Here, let me check here. How's her? All right, stop. I'm gonna take that off once we get to the lookout. She hates that harness. All right, come on, Lynn. I smell lots of animals. Come on. Oh, feels good not to climb. Oh. Come on. Come on. Come on. And we've only done 3 kilometers. Yeah, 16 minutes per kilometer, because 23 minutes to do that last kilometer. Oh, yeah, because it's all bloody climbing. So here you can see we're getting close to the edge of the cliff. Some nice pines grow in here. Ooh, these trail's really narrow here. Look at the size of this one. It's a pretty big trunk. It's been around for a while. All right, we're getting close to the lookout here. I'm gonna have to pause for a second and hook the dog up to her leash. Oh, we're gonna do it right now. Luna, come here. Stay. Okay, so we got Luna hooked up here. I don't trust her near the edge. Snow's really deep here. I'm thinking that snowfall we got, there was a bit of drift, and that's why it's all piled up here. In the open spots. The trail's been nice the entire way. Okay, come on. So you see how close we are to the edge, which if you watch my videos, you know I'm not good with. That's why I hooked the dog up, because I'm a little paranoid. I don't trust her, and I don't like going close to the edge. Come on, Luna. Come on. She's got, the snow gets in between her pads of her paws and freezes. Come on. All right, so we've reached the lookout here. It's known as the Lost Mountain Lookout. I believe that's what they're pointing at, which is Lost Mountain there. I don't know if you can see my phone here. So we're 440 meters up, so we've climbed 220 meters, which is quite the climb. You can see the panorama here. Maybe get a little shot of me in here. And there's Luna. We took our harness off because she doesn't like it, but I've got her tied to the tree because I don't trust her. Got nice frosty beard. So features that you can see here, over there is what used to be Big Thunder. Just around the corner here, you can't kind of see it is one of the local ski hills, which is Loch Lomond. Yeah, that's Big Thunder over there, and Loch Lomond is kind of just out of sight here. Or is that Big Loch Lomond there? Okay, whatever. You can see the highway stretching across there. Again, you can just see the panorama. You can see again the chain of Nor'wester mountains here, and you can see some of the sort of outlying hills here. Just a gorgeous view. We come down here. Don't like going close to the edge. You can see one of the local hotels, which is a Best Western tournament center. Again, just an amazing view up here. So the trail does continue. It does loop around. It goes to the front side of Mount McRae. So we're on the side here, and I don't know quite which direction we're facing. Yeah, we're facing almost due west here. So the trail does loop around and goes to the front side, to the north facing side of the mountain. But what we're going to do is we're going to shut off. We're going to go back down the way we came, and then we're going to climb a little bit more, and then we're going to come back down the mountain a different way. So you're going to kind of see a different sort of view and different perspective. All right, so we're back here at the main trail. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a little different route home. You can see we've worked our way back down. We were at 440 meters. Now we're back to 380 meters. And so we're going to head up this trail, which is going to take us to a different spot. You can see I don't think really anybody's been on here since we got that bit of snow. But it is packed, which is good. Come on in. Let's go. Let's go. Fogging up again here. Come on. It was nice coming down. It was like almost controlled falling. I was like sliding a good chunk of the way down. Come on. It's funny, this little center path is packed, and if you step off, you're going down in 1.5 feet of snow. And we really haven't had a ton of snow this winter. We had a bunch in December and really nothing in January, and just a little bit here in February. We've had a lot of melt. We've had some warm days, extraordinary warm days, like breaking temperature record warm days. All right, so here's where we climb a little bit again. Go, Lynn. Go. Hey, come on. Oh, my legs are burning. I'm not used to doing this. Come on. Whew. Come on. All right, so here you link up with the main trunk trail again. So it goes up, splits in a whole bunch of different directions. There's a branch that comes down here. There's actually a branch that goes down to Sawbill Lake, and this part goes up, and eventually it's the one that comes back out by the lookout, and then it does continue on that way too. But there is a spot where you can look over Loch Lomond, which is a lake over here. Was the municipal drink water supply for the city of Thunder Bay for many, many years. So we just climbed, what, 50 meters? Is that right? Where were we? 380? Yeah, 380. So 10 meters, sorry. It's hard to keep track of everything here. So we've been going for an hour and 20 minutes, and we've done 4K. And some more vertical here. And there's, is that Sawbill Lake? Yeah, I think that's Sawbill Lake there. Or maybe is that part of Loch Lomond? I don't know. It's so hard to tell from this perspective. That might be part of Loch Lomond. I think Sawbill Lake's down there. Whew. Come on. Come on, and she's picking the ice between her pads. Yeah, I'm missing that ball of water. Usually the one thing you never forget is water, but it's not something I always used to bring with me a lot when I used to go up the mountain. Just as lots of times there's nowhere to put it, and I never really got that thirsty. But today I am. So this comes out to another trunk trail, or at least one of the main arteries. See, nobody's been by here with the snowmobile since it snowed. Luna's gonna have a good nap after. I'm sure she'll be tired. As will I. All right, here's the main artery again. Has people gone by on it? Yeah. So here, we're gonna hang a right and go back towards the way we came. Scoville Lookout. I've never seen, that's a new sign. So that, if you keep following this, you go all the way in, and it's pretty long. It's about a 10-kilometer round trip from my house anyway. And it brings you out right, and you look over Loch Lomond, and maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do that next winter. Because it's a much longer hike. You gotta watch. There's like where people have put their feet and it's like sunk down a little bit. Maybe last week when it was warm, you roll on the ankle really easy. So here's another branch, and this one loops around and comes back where this trail splits, and I'm going to show you where it splits, and this will link back up. Yeah, see Sawdust Lake. There's a branch that goes down to Sawdust, but there's another one over there that goes down to the one over there that goes to Sawdust. Like I said, it's a spider web. I'll show you that GPS view again, and you'll see the network of trails up here. So you can imagine, years ago, I'm still pulling the kids in the toboggan, right? So we didn't go up to Lost Mountain, but we kept going up, and we came around, and we came back down this way. All right, kids are still in the toboggan every weekend. No wonder I was skinnier. We didn't have fitness apps back then, but I'm sure it burned a lot of calories. All right, so we're approaching the big downhill here. So this is why when I took the kids, we would come up that way, and then we would come down this way, because going back down that way, such a narrow little pathway, it's not easy, especially if you encounter people. And generally people don't walk up this one, they go up that way, simply because this is the route that the snowmobiles often take, and because it's a little bit wider and maybe not as steep in parts. So what I would do is here I would flip I've been dragging the sled, the toboggan, and I'd flip the thing around, and I'd have it hooked to me, and I'd let the sled go ahead of me, and I would literally run behind it. And I can't imagine how I did that now, because it must have been brutal trying to control the toboggan with my body, right, and go down this hill. So we'll try to simulate this. I can see if I can do this now. So it's basically like a control. Remember, and now you got the toboggan that's pulling me down the hill, right? And you can imagine, we didn't check. I should have checked how high we were. We're probably still in that, wherever we were, 380 range. We'll see where we are when we get to the bottom here. You can see the view up here. It's a little chillier. So this is another main trunk here. That one goes up that way, and the trail kind of goes more that way, and then there's a branch that comes around here, and you kind of avoid that big hill that we just came down. Where are we now? 330. So if we were at 380, we came down 50 meters. So we came down like 170 feet or so. You can see kind of our route here. So we came up, we went over here, we came back, we went this way. Now we're coming back around. Can I change the map? I never tried changing the map on here. Oh, whatever. Let's here you can see our elevation. Okay, let's keep going down. We got a little bit more downhill to go here. You get a good workout. Hi. Come on. Oh, this is my favorite part here. There's a little split here.
1 hour, 30 minutes, 12 seconds. Total distance 5 field kilometers. Average pace 18 minutes, 2 seconds per kilometer. Lift pace 14 minutes.
That was a much quicker downhill. Usually this is the main pack trail, and that's like the secondary. So here's this creek that comes down, and it joins up with the creek that comes down that way. And so here is the junction between the trails. So this is where we went up. So where are we here? Man, I'm huffing and puffing. 310. Was that where we were before? I think so. So anyway, so what we're going to do now is we're going to head our way back down, and so you can see how we made that loop. All right, here, up there, came back around. Now we're looped back up with the trail, and we are going to head our way down. I'm going to shut the camera off because we've been through here, and I'll turn it back on once we get back to the main street. Okay, so just a quick little interjection here. We're on this auxiliary trail or secondary trail that we took on the way down. We mentioned it on the way up where there was a different fork, and we would take it on the way down. Just wanted to show you. So we're up here, we're slowly working our way down. Right above us, I don't know if you can see it here, there's a little dip in the mountain above us. So there's the Lost Mountain Lookout. So that's where we were in relation to where we are right now. So we're like literally just vertically right above us and just to the east on the ridge of that mountain there. And so you can see there's a trail here. There are people that do like ice climbing and rock climbing and stuff. And so anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to continue working our way down. We have a big sort of vertical section here, a big downhill. And what that's going to do is that's going to tie us back into the main trail, which is just down over there. Again, you can kind of see the view here. Not as good as before. We are sort of dropping, but certainly fantastic nonetheless.